Now we have everything ready to work, but before we start, I would like to talk a little bit about the general concept of the Burp proxy. Burp is an intercepting HTTP proxy, which means that it works as a normal HTTP proxy and allows you to intercept and manipulate all requests and responses going through this proxy. It only works with the HTTP protocol now, but nowadays even rich clients use HTTP for communication, so this doesn't mean that you can only test web applications with Burp. Also, if you work with SSL, Burp supports SSL, so testing HTTPS applications shouldn't be a problem. Let me show you this really sophisticated diagram. As you can see, we have these three things in our architecture. On the client side, we have our browser. On the server side, in our case, there will be the webGoat, and all traffic goes through Burp, which is our proxy. It's so simple. There is not much to say about this. It is that simple. In the previous section, we told the browser with Proxyboxer to send every traffic through Burp, and this is the most comfortable way. Sometimes you don't have the luxury to do it this way because for instance, only Internet Explorer is supported, or proxying is not supported at all, and you have to trick your operating system to send traffic through Burp. But this is the most comfortable setup, so I recommend you to do it this way with Foxy Proxy and directing everything to Burp, as long as there is no technical difficulty stopping you. Let's look at Burp a little bit before going into details. So this is our Burp proxy, or yeah, this is the Burp suite. Burp consists of different modules. The modules can you see here? These tabs are the different modules. So the target, proxy, spider, scanner, etc. All these modules implement different feature sets, so they're like different tools. And the whole concept is that if you find a request somewhere, then you can just take that request and send it to the module where you can do what you want with that request. So for instance, mostly our requests are here in the proxy because here you can see everything which went through your proxy. And here we see that there was this request which was loading the webgoat/attack page. So if we thought that this request was interesting and we want to play with it manually, then we can just right click on it and say send to the repeater. And now you see the repeater turned orange, showing that there is a new request there. And you see here are the requests which were sent to the repeater. And then you can start playing with this request in this repeater. I don't want to show you what repeater exactly does because there will be a section for each module, and I will explain everything in details there. Just to quickly go through, as I mentioned, the proxy is the place where you see what went through your proxy. The target is the place where you see all traffic organized in a tree format. It's good to have an overview of the application. And there's the spider. It's a spidering tool. There's a scanner, which is not available in the free edition, but otherwise it's an automated scanner tool. The intruder is like the half-automated solution of testing, where you can say what parts of the request you want to send, and you want to say which payloads you want to use, and then it will automate this. The repeater is the very manual test where you play with one request at a time and see what's the response. The sequencer is good for testing randomness. It's usually to test random tokens like session cookies, etc. It has some mathematical tests built in, which can find out the entropy of the randomness. The decoder is a really simple tool to make your life easy, to encode or decode URL encoding, HTML encoding, base64, things like that. The compare allows you to compare request responses, generally some kind of strings. And you might know already, but Burp is an extendable tool, so you can write your own Burp extension and install that in your Burp suite. And yeah, this way you can build any kind of plugins what you want. And options, alerts, that they are not that interesting. So these are the different modules in the tool. And now we're going to start to go into details and talk about each module separately. So let's go.